Oh my God, guys, I feel like there's so much news all the time. And now that I'm not doing the live readings, I feel like I don't know why I feel like I'm overdoing this, but I feel like I still have questions. Maybe I'm kind of like I don't know. I shouldn't be doing this, but I am doing it. So this is a little bit of like an off-topic reading that I wanted to do for a long time, and I just hadn't gotten around to doing it. And it's about Joshua Kushner. Joshua Kushner is Jared's brother. And it's interesting, or for me, it's interesting because he's a VC, venture capitalist, and he's in New York. And I actually, before this whole thing happened, I thought, oh, he's actually really interesting. And he's like invested in some pretty interesting companies, he invested in Instagram. And I didn't really have any negative associations like, connected to him. And apparently he was a Democrat. I'm not defending him, okay? I'm just saying where I'm coming from, meaning, unlike Jared, I thought he was actually kind of like an interesting person. But as everything ended up developing, and the more we find out, the more it looks like he's shady too, just by association, right? So just because today news came out that he had also met with Qatar, with the Qatar government, looking for funding, and it didn't work out. I don't think he, unlike the brother and the father, I don't think he necessarily needed the money as badly, or there were other options. But I just thought, I wonder what's going to happen to him, because I feel like it looks like Mueller is going to go hardcore after these guys. Okay, so it looks bad, very bad for him just as well. So I don't want to say I feel bad for him because I don't, but I'm interested. Okay, just because I feel like something here is going to affect him. Okay, so it's pretty detailed, but I'm just going to go quickly. I already like picked the cards and everything. So here we have King of Pentacles, money, kind of like a level-headed money person, which could describe him well. But then we have the cross on top, right? The cross, I think, means guilt. It also means karma. It also means literally cross to bear. So I feel like in some ways, even if he were not involved in this, it looks like it's going to affect him just because of his family. And we also have on top, we have sad news. Jared? My brother Jared. Jared, I accept you just as you are. I love you, Jared. No, sorry. I need drama. And we have the Sacerdote, the upside down. Now, we see here, again, I've said before that upside down, it means immorality, negative judgment. Okay, I feel like there's negative judgment against him, or I'm sure it's going to happen about his family. He's just going to have bad news. Okay, this is the center. It's possible that he's having bad news right now. Okay? All right. Because the whole thing with Qatar was published. Okay, and I wonder, I'm sure Mueller will be like, bitch, get your ass over here. I need to ask you some questions. All right, so that was the center. Now let's get started on top here. What do we have? Okay, Bambino, where did that go? Huh? Oh yeah. So interesting. It's a person trying to move away from something or needing to move away from something and not being able to. Well, we have here Bambino. Now it's interesting because I know he was anti-Trump, at least superficially, and I feel like he can't move away from the Trump association, and that makes a lot of sense. And that causes a lot of grief and adversity to him, right? And this is a change. So in a way, I feel like he's hope from this perspective here, first position, he's tied up with the whole Trump thing and he can't escape it because of his family, okay? Let's see here. Where are we? Hold on, I'm just finding so many cards, kind of hard to separate. Okay, yeah. So then we have upside down this apathy and kind of like restlessness, like a kind of sadness, corruption or stress. Could be stress. The stress about the Trump election. Receiving gifts. So this could have helped him. The Trump election could have helped him. This is corruption and gifts. So there's a way in which the Trump election could have helped him or his business in some shady way. And I'm already upside down, like love turned sour. So again, a repetition of like being upset about, although he seems to have profited in some sort of illegal way, or he could be stressed. It could also mean he's stressed, okay? But he's not happy. This, like, everything started turning badly for him once Trump got elected, which makes sense, okay? All right. At the bottom here we have temperance, meaning sort of like heavenly order, karma, long-term problems. This is people close to him. Like the living room, it's like interpersonal communications are people that are close to him, and amalato. So it makes him sad. He's sick, could be mentally sick, like he's very depressed about the karma consequences and the long-term problems that are going to come out of his association, his family's association with Trump, okay? So let me connect these. So, all right. So anyway, so yeah, guys, I was always interested in him because I wondered. It's very interesting how history separates people, right? In the sense that I used to have a very different opinion of him before this whole thing happened, before the Trump election happened. And then this happened. Obviously, how could you, I mean, and it's funny, I thought about, whatever, I can't get into much detail, but if you're ever going to raise money, whatever, it's like he seemed like it's like a really interesting person and so forth. But after this election, it's like, if I ever came across, imagine if you like have anything to do with, if you ever run into somebody who, I think I literally would vomit. I don't know if I could live. I just think like, can you imagine? I don't know how I would like not stab somebody. You know what I mean? Like, meet my brother Jared. Can you imagine? Like I'd be like, I would literally like, probably be like a felony or something. Like beat him up. But would you guys, seriously, if you ever ran into Jared Kushner, what would you do? Who would not beat him up? I dare you. I think most people would beat him up if they had a chance. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you. No, I don't feel sorry for you, Jared, but really, I think it would be difficult to find a person who would not want to beat him up. I'm one of them, okay, who would like to beat him up. So anyway, so just talk about him because I almost feel bad for him, but I don't. But you know what I'm saying? Sort of like a person who's like has this associations, and who knows, maybe he's also guilty. So changes through corruption, the changes that happened through Trump's election are going to create corruption, like long-term stress and long-term problems. Okay, so like I said, he knows about this. He's feeling it emotionally. He knows, but there's ways in which he might have benefited from some of it. Okay. He can't escape it. Okay, so on top of him we have decisions being made. He can't make decisions, or I think this really means decisions are being made about his family, his network, okay, people, his dreams in a way, little child, Trump, and the corruption in the White House. So all of this is going to affect him, okay? That's on top of him. And let's put here the top card. It's the stars. Here. And then we have, like I said, I showed this before, he's a sort of like stable money person, has the guilt or the karma card. He has sad news, and there's a person here who represents immorality, probably Trump, or essentially could also be his dad, because his dad sounds like pretty shady as well, okay? Okay, so, and then at the bottom we have here a person whose harvest is trying to collect his money for, it's like he'll be raising money for his enterprise, his company, his VC company. And this is a Trump. So somehow Trump may have helped with this fundraising. But interesting, because this is a solution. So it's like, in a way, he benefits. I think what it's saying here is that he benefited in some way, even though he was upset, even though he created all these problems. Ultimately, he benefited from the association, because there's some ways, it looks like there's a way in which he raised money from shady people, okay? Essentially, the shady network that was guilty people helped his enterprise in some way, okay? All right. And then towards the future, we have here money upside down, turning like he has so many problems. Like there's going to be, I'm sure Mueller will look into his money as well for a long time. So this could also mean a positive change, but I think it's essentially going to look for the whole lifetime of his business, okay? Reunion is interesting because this is a part of a meeting where you get a proposal at the end and the things that he didn't get or that he got out of it. It could have been shady, okay? So I think whatever he got in this shady ways is going to lose it. He's worried about it because it looks like there's, I pulled an extra card here because I wanted to know, associations with Russia. So this is the future, and I feel like, again, some of the people that he may have raised money from could be shady or guilty or something like that, okay? And that's going to affect him because it looks like it has been going on for a long time, okay? All right, and then we have here too, we have interesting Tower upside down, guys. And this is interesting because Tower, obviously it's a real, he has a real, like his family has a real estate business. And essentially what I feel like, it's like Mueller could cause this to, like, obviously, you know, Jared created the horrible things in the government to the country, right? But I feel like it could, this happens, is he makes this happen or there's a consequences. These are the consequences, okay, to him. Now we have here, we have the ring. So these changes that happened, that Jared probably like made happen, are going to be a problem for him. Well, hello, okay. And donde il servizio, meaning I think it was upside down. So it's like the people that either his co-workers or people that were helping him may now harm him. It could also be that. Okay, so we have the ring twice, right? So it's about the business deals or the people that he closed deals with. A false person. Okay, so I feel like it does, again, this makes sense. The people who helped him, who may have helped him, may have like supplied money for his VC business, might turn out to be crooks, which I'm not surprised by, of course, right? So long-term deals with these shady people is a problemo, as we know, okay? And then at the end, sorry, like, there's a change. You have to deal with some changes. Change to his life, okay? What do we have here? Sorry. Hello. Hi. How's it going? I have something for you. It's a coffin. Hello, how's it going? Oh, great. I'm dead now. Yeah. I'm I'm actually burning hell, hanging out here with my brother, Jared. Yeah, it's going to go on for about 5 billion years. Yeah. We're fine. Okay, we're doing great. Anyway, so it changes and everything comes to an ending, guys. And so here we have bad news for him, an indictment of some sort, la lettera upside down. Negative document, okay, so, negative. And then short illness, I feel like it's outside of his control. And great happiness, meaning an end to his fortune. And this came up for Trump as well, right? So an ending to the ground, like the privilege also that he had, you know, they all grew up with some degree of money and all that. Like, I think it ends badly here, okay? So long-term deals come to an end, okay? Essentially, and I think there's an ending for him too, because he is indicted in something, okay? And I feel like he's gonna lose whatever money he has that he got by money laundering, which I feel like almost like, you know, I feel like if you're in a position where you're associated with someone who's under the investigation by Mueller, you're completely screwed. There's no way you're gonna escape this. So change through the network for a long time. So he was helped by like maybe a business network. He has been helped by them for a long time. Okay, so corruption, stress because of corruption, guilty. He's guilty essentially because of his business deals, his connections. So he's connected to shady people, and that stresses him out, and that ultimately creates an ending for him. And here we have long-term problems to his business create an ending. So essentially, what appeared, I think everything says here is that initially he got a leg up, right? He came from a supposedly privileged family, and he was upset with Trump's win, but ultimately it looks like he benefited from that in a way or another, and everything's going to come crashing down because he's guilty by association. If not overtly or directly guilty, I feel like the people that he may have raised money from could be doing illegal things, and as a result, he's going to lose a lot of money. And I don't know if he goes to prison, but he's indicted for something. Okay, let me pull out. I don't know if he's, yeah, it's like you have the cross at the very center. That's a problem. Okay, so you have a karma, and he has a coffin at the very end. So it's an ending for his business. Okay, because I asked specifically about him and his VC business, not his family's business, which is different. So anyway, so let's see here. Oh, look, prison, guys. Uh-oh. We're a long way. Uh-oh. I feel bad for him, kind of. Almost. Prison for a long time because of the real estate stuff or something related to real estate. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, dudes. Okay. Okay. Wow. Enemy. Underneath. Yeah. They find shady money laundering stuff underneath the facade, okay? So he turns out that he had some business dealings, beneath all the, this like beautiful surface. Oh, and he dates a supermodel. Her name is, I forgot her name. I don't remember her name. She's a very tall woman. She's like 6'2". I forgot her name. She's nice. She's like, I forgot her name. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. So anyway, so here's like, it turns out that he has done some dealings with people who turn out to be enemies. And, they find some shady money when they look, probably Mueller's investigation, because they're going to look through everything, okay? So yeah, it looks like there may be prison for him, okay? Prison time for Joshua Kushner, all right? Okay, that's it. So like I said, guys, it's kind of weird because I feel bad for him in a way. Just, oh, look, scythe. Yeah, there's cutting. There's conversation. Cutting because of our news of... I feel like comes an ending of conversations becomes news. Yeah, maybe there is some conversation that gets them. It's like, oh, guys, this is what it is. The news today was about Qatar. Qatar, like I said, Qatar, hello, this is Emperor for Qatar. I have conversations for you. Here's for you. Mr. Mueller, all the asshole want money for me. They want to destroy my country. I destroy them too. So I feel like that could be it, okay? An ending through these conversations that are published and trigger something else, okay? Sorry. Guys, too many readings. So anyway, I gotta stop. So I'm gonna stop now. Very interesting. So that was Joshua Kushner, Jared's brother, okay? All right. I kind of wish, I wish him well. It's not personal, just interesting. Just wanted to look at what happens to him to see what... It's good. Sometimes it's good to ask about people that are close to the main people, because that would tell you if something happens to them, what it means for the other person. So it looks like he's going to go down as well in some way or other. All right. Bye, guys.